My name is Erol Özgüner. I'm the CIO at Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality. We call it as IMM. IMM is a huge organization. We have 32 subsidiary companies and totally almost 90,000 employees. Pay it forward, we called as Askıda Fatura in Turkish. This is very important project of Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality, especially in COVID times. But what is important here? Actually, charitable giving is a recognized part of Turkish community's DNA. And this COVID times, following the pandemic and rise in the cost of living, makes the people in very difficult situations, especially non-salary people who is earning their money only daily income, started to live very difficult situations. And IMM has some subsidiary companies which is distributing water, which is distributing gas, something like that. One night when we make meeting with the general managers of this company and with our mayor, they said that on-payment bills, utility bills ratio started to increase from 5% to 22. So this is actually very dramatic score. And then we were looking at each other, so how to manage this situation, because people started to affect it worsely. So to manage life conditions is not easy for those times. And then we were thinking. Then we made the decision, okay, we should create a web platform. We should get application from the people who really needs to be supported. Then we should make all the bills anonymously. We should put at the web pages. Then donators should visit that web page. Then they should choose one bill, but they don't know who is the owner of the bill. And then they are paying it instead of those people who needs to be supported. Then we announced this and we open a web pages. This is really one of the greatest memory in my technological career. There were only 17,000 utility bills, which is not paid, but there were 50,000 donators at the same times. So this was really great memory for me. But then, of course, pandemic period started to go on and it started to affect more people. And this solidarity platform started to get huge attention from the all donators, and not only Istanbul, but also all cities of Turkey and all over the world. I'm not exaggerating. From America, from England, from Netherlands, from whole Europe, from Asia, we got so many donations, so many support for the people who really needs to be supported for the COVID times and difficult times. So we started Askıda Fatura, or Pay It Forward, with the on-payment bills module. But then we noticed that there is good attention and high attention to Pay It Forward. And then we started to work on data. So we noticed that there are a huge amount of single mother in Istanbul, so they needed to be supported too. And we added another module for single mothers, or partner families, or scholarship for university students, because most of the university students comes from another city or another country. So it is not easy to manage their life in Istanbul because life costs started to increase in Istanbul. So they needed to be supported too. When we started to get so many personal data, and at this point started to get how to keep this personal data in data protection. So how we get the data privacy. This is very important, because When I get the citizens' data, I am putting all the data in web pages, but anonymously. So I need to make all the personal data anonymous. So this is very important. At this point, how to do it? This is a important question. So encryption of critical data, and to manage this, we turned to our OpenText solutions, and Voltage Secure Data is very important supporter of pay it forward for this point. So when we check the statistics of pay it forward, we noticed that up to now, almost 500,000 utility bills are paid by donators. This is very important numbers. And totally more than $5 million donations are made by donators. So this is huge numbers actually. When we consider this kind of amount of donators or people who needs to be supported, of course, I cannot put their name, surname, and all other related personal data to web pages. So I need to preserve referential integration feature of secure data protection. This is very important. So each name and surname refer any ID. I'm changing name and surname with an ID. So I'm using referential integration ID as defining related person's name and surname. So for data privacy point of view, this is very important. And at this point, OpenText and Voltage Secure Data modules helps us a lot for managing pay it forwards databases and all the tables related with the citizens data. 6th of February, it was dramatic and bad day for Turkey because south part of Turkey, centric is city Kahramanmaraş. There was an earthquake, and this earthquake affected almost 10 cities. Up to now, officially 50,000 people died, but this earthquake affected more than 13 million people. And after earthquake, so many collapsed buildings. Life is not like before for them. And all Turkey and of course Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality, at the first day, we tried to reach there, those cities, and more than 5,000 IMM staff was different cities of that earthquake area. But in the course of time, we noticed that these 13 million people need to get some support because of their own daily normal life. Foods, hygiene things, waters, and the other things. Then, of course, they need tent or some container or some tiny houses. So now Pay It Forward will play a critical role for these bad issues, bad events too, because there are lots of donators again who is trying to reach earthquake victims, and there are lots of people who really needs to be supported at this time. Now we created another module for Pay It Forward, which is directly supporting of earthquake zones people. Now there are two packets in that modules. One is food support and the other is hygiene products. And up to now, this is only 1 week, we already launched these modules. Almost 10,000 boxes already sent to earthquake area with the supporting of donators.